Hello there. This is Isis, also known as Psy, Jasmine Lion, Claws of Scourge, or Claws. I have so many fucking names. I'm just going to show off my creative raft world and my survival raft world because I felt like it. Why not? The mods I have for Raft are Item Spawner, I use it in creative mode, Renewable Farms, and Scattered Remains. Those two I use because in the single player it's extremely frustrating to die and then lose everything, including story pertinent items. So Scattered Remains was a lifesaver for the one time I died. And Renewable Farms, well, strawberries. I love strawberries. No particular reason, I just like strawberries. So, first off, we're gonna crack open our Let's Build world. And here we are on the high seas. I, of course, had to have Major Tom. So, I decided I'd make like a raft city with its own lore and shit. This is my raft. Claus' raft. This is what I would be surviving on until I got to the Raft City, run by Maya and Ruhi. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce his name, but they are the two avatars you can choose from. This would be my raft. Obviously, in my raft, I would have been to all of the released islands that have the Balboa, Bandar Khalifa, Kafida, and, well, Tangaroa Trophy would be the piano. And then I also have Dickhead number 1, literally Satan, and back here I believe is Dickhead number 2. Yes, Dickhead number 2 and Crash Fish ripoff. I'm sorry. My raft is basically just exactly what I would want. I have a second Major Tom. That's a continuity error. Like exactly what I would want to live on if I had a raft. This is the kitchen. I have every recipe, which, a fault of creative mode, this is another reason I have the item spawner, is you can't actually spawn in the recipes in creative mode. So if I just crack open F8, voila, there's the items to spawn. Got a couple of grills. I have Jeff the Shark. Thank you, Nerd Cute. And then I've got this, and this is just all the eggs. All the eggs, which I would use in these two composters to make more biofuel to fuel all, what is it, 4 of my engines? 4 of my engines. For a raft this size, I'd probably need 6 engines, but fuck it. These are my animals. I have one of each type of llama, one of each type, or I have 2 of the basic llamas, one of each type of goat, and I think 4 of each type of clucker, because I loved the pink ones dearly. The eagle-looking ones are cute, and the blue ones, obviously, it's the classic chicken. And unfortunately, there's no way to specifically spawn in one of any skins, so what I ended up doing was going into, well, I used the item spawner here. I went to the animals. I just kept clicking and clicking and clicking chicken until I got the birds I wanted, and then I'd pick up the birds I wanted, bring them over here, I'd go back to the pen where I spawned them, and just murder. Chicken murder. So here's the public galley. This would be like the basis. This would be the base for where everyone would gather on this little raft town. Every cooking pot, every corner has a cooking pot, a water filter, a grill, a little grill, a stack of firewood, 2 tables, and each table has its own utensils. Like this one has a couple of mugs, some plates, a globe, somebody's working on their homework. This one is their own little different colored mug. You can sit and hang out over here. Same thing over here. Just somebody's been studying here. 2 friends having a chat, somebody else is studying while somebody's eating. You can hang out on these couches. Funny story, I had to go around and turn every single one of these stools around to make them face the right way. Because if you hit comma, you'll see that I'm facing the table. I had it the other way around, where I was not facing the table at all in any of the chairs. We'll get to that. Actually, no, we'll go on top first. On top of the galley is the public garden, where everything was grown for the public galley and for the Raft City. We have every kind of plant: pineapples, beetroots, bananas, mangoes, birch trees, pine, palm, watermelons, which are my favorite, strawberries. Of course, I had to go overboard on the strawberries, and potatoes. Hopping over this gate, if we go in here, this would be the central command tower. You have to sign in here. There would usually be a receptionist. Pardon the paint job, I'm reconsidering it. This would be where the receiver and transmitter would be to send out a signal to alert other people on rafts. Hey, we have a town here. Come join us. We'll get to that. On the second floor, it's pretty much just storage. On the third floor, it's a study and kind of historian's floor. You can sit here, take notes, write down workings of the day. And here's the flag. How did I come up with the flag? I didn't. It's right there. It's the symbol for being Ford Scouts. So I assumed, since my and Rudy were probably siblings, and that's probably their family's sort of symbol, I decided that they would both fly that flag, and so would this city. This is just the top of the command tower. You can view everything from here. And I'm not done building all the rafts. I've only just begun. We plop down all these gaps. The central command tower and Claws, my raft, are both connected by only single bits of wood, because in an emergency, if something happens to the public galley or something happens to the rafts, you can cut this off, and the transmitter and all the history will still be safe in this tower. Same with the animal farm, you can cut them off and they'll be safe. It is a batch of basically grass plots, which I believe it's a 3x3 area around the sprinkler, at least in front of it, and that covers both sides. All the way around, we've got the electric purifiers and sprinklers to keep this grass watered, even though in creative mode it doesn't matter, but I like to. You know, if this was a real raft. Moving right along. If we go this way, we'll stop first at Ruhi. I'm gonna say Ruhi. Ruhi's raft. He's, of course, got a paint mill, a water purifier, some potatoes, some pineapples, an anchor, and his own transceiver. Receiver. Of course, a steering wheel and a sail. Now, he doesn't have anything, I don't think, on his raft from Tangaroa or Balboa. I'll clarify why that's important later. This is a random raft belonging to a person named Savi. They were obviously just starting out, and they stumbled across the Raft City. This is Maya's raft. Not nearly as, pretty as Ruhi's, but functional, very functional. She's got a better purifier, she has more furnaces, she has a grill, and then her receiver, and she's got plenty of food and storage to go around. Now, Worley is a character from Don't Starve, who I love dearly, and I thought I might throw him in the bunch, so I did. These are his animals because Worley's talent in Don't Starve is cooking. Here's his receiver, and there are his antenna. That is how he found the Raft City. And here's his flag. It's backwards from this angle, but, every single recipe. Worley must have every single recipe. So the reason Maya and Ruhi don't actually have any items from Tangaroa or Balboa, like any of those specific machines or tools or anything. It's because they actually haven't been there in this, like, storyline. They were adrift for a while, they ran into each other again, and they decided, you know what? Being apart sucks, and they built the public galley in the town and invited other people with rafts to come join them. It was actually Claus and a couple of the other people over here who would have brought, like, the strawberries and the other plans. We'll start with this raft. This raft doesn't have a name yet. I will have to make one up. But this person has clearly been to Balboa Island. Clearly did not think much of Mama Bear. They have 2 engines. This is actually almost a complete replica of one of my survival raft when it first started. Just a little more organized. They have farms, they have bees, and they have a receiver, having an engine, fuel pipes, and a fuel tank, I think, are Caravan Island advancements. I'm not sure. Bandar Kafila. Then this raft, this person has a paint mill, they have an engine, plenty of furnaces, plenty of storage, an actual anchor, whereas I think this person just has... Does this person have an anchor? Yes, it's right in front of me. You'll notice all anchors are down. They have a glass purifier, then up on the second layer, they have their cooking pot. I haven't put recipes on this ship yet. They have their quarters, which are very, very decorated, along with some beets and potatoes and watermelons and whatnot to keep them safe from the fucking seagulls. And this is where, of course, they sleep. I haven't painted this raft either. This raft is a paint mill. They should have paint. It does have, yes, it does have a paint mill, so I should paint something on this raft to make it make sense. But those are the the 6 rafts plus the public galley, the control tower, and Claus's raft. And obviously, Claus's raft is the first one I built because I am Claus, and this is my raft, and this is like what I dreamed of having. Now that we've seen that, I'm going to pop on over to my survival raft. See you in a moment. Here we are in my survival raft, hitting the same hotkey as my mods menu and my recording software here, Joy. This is my bedroom. I believe we're on the 3rd floor. Yeah, this is my raft. I'll start from... Nope. Yeah, we are on the 3rd floor. Okay, I'll start from the bottom up because I need to get water because my character's thirsty. Actually, my water purifiers are level up. Whatever. I've got my paint mill over here. This started as a survival world, and it still is. I've got 6 engines, a battery recharger, a fuel tank, a refiner. This is all my storage right here. I know what all of this is. This is palms and seeds and earthly materials and metals, and I need water. Hold that thought. Run. Oh no, wait, I have one alone. Even better. As we were. This is all my storage. That's metals. This is paints and flowers. These are tools. These are my Tangaroa spoils, shark heads, and clams for some reason. And this is my scrap and extra, like raft tools in the chest. And over here we have the top drawer is plastic, the middle drawer is wood, and the bottom drawer is honey. Honey, and actually I think I'm keeping eggs on the 2nd floor. I have an electric water purifier that runs up to the 2nd floor and waters my animals. I have catch nets on both ends so that anything the first nets miss, if I'm going at an angle, the second nets will catch. Up on the 2nd level, here's my original bed, which I just decided to leave there because there's no reason picking it up. My feather chest, my research table, my grill, water purifier, small grill, large water purifier. I should probably and jump off and fill that. Jump up and fill that. But here's my cooking pot. I finally got all the fucking recipes. It only took me I don't know how many barrels. These are my animals. This is Jeff, the giant llama. He was my first... This is how I realized that there are different sized animals in this game. I bagged Jeff with the net gun. I picked him up, and he blocked most of my screen. I'm like, huh, that's really weird. I must have bugged it, and I picked him up wrong. Brought him back to my ship, put him down, went on with my life. A couple islands later, I come across Elmer, my little llama. And I pick him up, and I'm like, he doesn't block my screen at all. Wow, that must have really been a bad glitch with Jeff. And I bring him back, and I put him down in the pen, and I look between them, and I'm like, holy shit, the llamas are different sizes. But this is one of the sprinklers. Follow this pipe around. You've got the second sprinkler, and then there's the water purifier. Jeff is not attacking because I have reinforced the entire outside of the ship. That took so goddamn long. Third floor, we have my trees, 2 birch, 1 banana, my house, and my greenhouse to keep the seagulls out, because fuck the seagulls. Strawberries, beets, potatoes, flowers for the bees, watermelons, flowers not for the bees, because I need... Wait a minute, do I only have... No, I have extras over here. I have the yellows here and extra blues here, because I needed paint. And in fact, I'm still not done. I need to paint still. I've made the paint, I still need to paint. And we're back in my bedroom again, which has all these lovely curtains. So I can look down at my animals, or look out at the ocean. Ooh, great. This is the world I actually got the achievement on for collecting all 64 decoration boxes. So, I've been hoarding them. It's so satisfying! Then I've got a second fuel tank connected up to these 3 engines over here. The refinery is still over there, but, you know. And then I don't actually have engine controls. I just come down here and turn them all on manually. I should probably make engine controls before Varuna Point. And hello! I baby my animals. One fun story before I close up this little raft adventure of mine, showing off my raft. Sally here, the pink plucker. I had found her on Balboa Island. I didn't have a net gun at the time. So I went all the way along to, I think it was Caravan and then Tangaroa. I can't remember the order of the islands, but I found her on Balboa, and I went to the next island. And after I got my net gun, I came back to Balboa specifically to catch that pink goddamn chicken, because I couldn't find chickens on any other island, large, like, normal islands or anything. I could not find a clucker. Like, not even on Bandar Kafila, I couldn't find one. And I wanted that pink chicken to name it after one of my flamingo characters. So I was like, you know what? I'm going back to the island of bears to get a chicken. I regret nothing.